The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to another daily deck review. And today we're on day number 516, and the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Divine Playing Cards from Elite Playing Cards. So, with no further ado, take a look and see what we get. So here we can see that's in the standard glossy finish top box. So it is that black gloss finish. Then you got a little bit of details there in the corners there. And then you got that big spade there in the middle, and that kind of like design there. It says Divine Playing Cards there. On one side says Divine Playing Cards with more of that little detailing. Same thing on the other side with Divine Playing Cards. On the bottom you just got a barcode there with a little 42, little reveal there. Then you just got a little manufactured by the United States Playing Cards, made in the USA. Then on the back you got Divine Playing Cards, a little sneak peek I think of the back design. And then as you got the little Elite Playing Cards logo. For the seal, you just got the standard United States Playing Company black seal with that white border and then the white outline spade on the top. There's nothing there. And then a little bit more about these cards here. They have 56 elegantly ornamented cards. It has the secret code of life reveal hidden within the deck. We got 100% custom art from faces to the pips. You got a unique gap card with multiple uses, and each card is wrapped in a new ultra slim performance coating. So, now that we've talked a little bit about the cards, let's crack these open and see what we get. And on the tuck flap here, you've got that Elite Playing Cards logo. And your tuck flap is just that black gloss. Now we take the cards out of the box. On the inside tuck box, just that matte white finish, nothing too crazy or fancy going on inside of there. Now that we look at the card, the tuck box. Time to take a look at the cards and always we'll start with that back design. So it looks like we have a fully inked back design there with that black ink. It's a black inked back design there. So with a fully inked back design, the more you use them, the edges could chip a little bit and start turning a little bit white. So that's one thing to take notice there. But it looks like a mirrored back design there. So you got that kind of almost like a flowery kind of design there with a little bit of red there. So it's a red, white, and black colorway there. And there's definitely a lot going on there with that kind of flowery design. And it is mirrored, so if you flip it over, same design in both directions. And then if you start looking at it a little bit longer, you kind of get like an oval shape kind of in there. With that little red hidden in the background there. And now for the cards here. We got the first Joker, and there's lots of detail. Just Joker, Divine Joker. And then you got that same kind of detailing that we saw on the tuck box there. Then you got the Joker character there in the middle. There. And then for the second Joker, it's an identical Joker there. And there was some background, kind of like background detail as well within the cards. There. And it looks like all the cards have that same kind of corner detailing. There. And then you got that same spade that we saw on the front of the tuck box there. There. And it says Divine Playing Cards. And then it says 2012 Elite Playing Cards. There. Manufactured by the United States Playing Company. Made in the USA. So these are from 2012. There. So definitely an older deck. There. And then you got that little detailing around the edges there. And it looks like you got fully custom suits there, like the pips. There. Are fully custom, and you got fully custom number pips and suits there in the corners there. And it's the same as like, it's the big spade here, just in the smaller form for the rest of the spades there. So fully custom cards all the way throughout. There. And then you got the core card Jack, Queen, and King of Spades. They're like the standard design, just definitely slightly more customized there. So they're slightly smaller. They have a little bit of like a border, like a box border around them there. And they're more kind of like, have like a more like a definition to them there. So pretty nice there. And then like the pips there, like the spades, are more of a yellowish gold color there. And you got that custom ace of diamonds there. Was that kind of like, what was it again? Ornamental? Ornamented? Oh, there was that custom art design there. And I just call it more of like a floral kind of design there. And that goes throughout the rest of the diamonds as well. And they got that same corner design, just in a red colorway. Then you got the core cards once again there. Those custom core cards there. And the same thing for the clubs here. Those custom court cards with little borders. And the more kind of like high definition kind of design. And then you got that same kind of styling for the clubs here, the custom club design. That same kind of floral kind of design throughout. And then lastly the hearts, Jack, Queen, and King of Hearts. Once again, that same kind of styling there. And then the same kind of styling for the hearts, just in the custom heart, like the heart suits. And then the last two cards in the deck, you got a little gap card here, a little blank face. And then you got the Elite Playing cards, a little ag card here. But now that we took a look at the card, time to test the handling. And they did have that ultra slim performance coating, so they should handle fantastic. And they are from the United States Playing Card Company, so they definitely should handle fantastic. For the springs here, they have a little bit more of a thicker kind of like, they're definitely like a thicker stock. And they're fully inked on the back, so the ink sometimes could make the cards a little bit thicker. Not always, but like sometimes. So you definitely got to break these in, because they're definitely a slightly more stiffer deck. But they still spring pretty smoothly though. And the more springs I do, the more it feels like it's getting a little bit like broken in. And they fan pretty nicely. Just the way the numbers are, you can see, I guess you can see the numbers there. But sometimes when I fan them, just the way the numbers are kind of like slightly more into the card. It's hard to see them sometimes. But they still fan super smoothly though. They're definitely super smooth though. They feel super nice. There. Even with like a thicker stock, they still handle fantastic. They actually feel nice with that kind of thicker stock. It means they'll handle a little bit longer, or last a little bit longer, I guess. But overall, I guess they have a pretty nice deck of cards there. They're definitely fully custom there, from the suit to the back design. They have no detail out there. And I like the core cards there, how that kind of design there. They kind of look more like, a little bit more like HD, I guess, or something. So overall, pretty nice deck. You got that kind of slightly like busy back design there, but still pretty nice there. It is a black back design, so I don't usually like gravitate towards these as much, just because they kind of chip and stuff, but it's still pretty nice there. So I guess there's not much more to say. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 516 of Daily Deck Review, and this has been the Divine Playing Cards from Elite Playing Cards, and I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.